Okay. So it was a Maserati
Hmm.
that was chasing you the whole time.
Right.
Did you see the people in the car when they
No,
pulled
no, they
up?
was the windows was tinted.
Tinted.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if it was multiple people or just one?
It had to be multiple because two guys got out the car,
Okay, so you
and
saw that.
then I didn't see that. This is from the witnesses.
Witnesses.
Two
Got it.
guys got out the car, and they looked back at the car and said he ain't in there. So I guess it had at least be three or more.
Okay. And, this is a Maserati, so it's not like this is a Nissan Sentra trying to rob a Bentley.
Right.
This is someone who's got money already.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really sound like a carjacking.
That's what I said too. But I'm in my head, I'm trying to think like, what have I done in the past 10, 15 years that were warrant? Like even when I was in the streets, I'm an honest hustler. I don't run off on the plug. I pay you high wage. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never have to really get into nothing because my ultimate goal was to eventually be in the music industry. So I never did nothing too crazy to make me, put me on the radar or put me on, police radar or anybody.
How badly were you hurt?
I wasn't really hurt that bad. That's the
Your
thing.
hands are still bandaged up.
I mean, yeah, I got stitches all in my hand. That's from the glass of trying to get out, but
Okay.
I didn't get hit, so that was the blessing. That's why I wasn't too, what would I say? I was upset about the situation, but I didn't want revenge because a nigga ain't hit me. Now, if a nigga hit me, then we got a whole nother situation. I lost the vehicle. I got some stitches, but that's about it. The police couldn't believe I was bleeding from both ears. He was like, "You ain't black out?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm an athlete. I played football growing up. I felt that type of hit before, but them niggas gonna have to work hard to get me out of here."
Well, you said, I just want to let the people know who are trying to kill me that I'm not a bad person. I don't want revenge. I just want understanding and closure. So everyone that's in Atlanta right now, please protect yourself, stay out of the way, and be careful because it could all be over in a split second. I understand there's a lot of beef going on in my city between different crews that is fueled by the music, but it is time that we all have a sit down and have a peace meeting. And some other stuff that was said in your in your post. I mean, when I saw the post, because like I said, you and I go back 10 years, it freaked me out, because you're not known as this type of guy. You don't beef with people on the internet. You don't clout chase.
Right.
You don't, there's just no level of messiness around you.
Exactly.
You do your work.
Go home.
You go home. You work with, the people you work with. You have a long, exceptional career doing that. And there was a lot of other people that I would say, that I would guess would be in that space way before you.
Right.
So it really, really surprised me. There are witnesses though, based on what you're saying, that identified the car, unless.
I think they had on ski masks though, so they couldn't really see their faces.
Did the car have license plates?
No, I didn't have a license plate.
Oh, really?
That's
in the
thing.
front or the both sides?
Neither.
Oh, so they were planning on doing this.
That was the scary part. Like, hold up, like y'all got a certain vehicle. This is called a striker, or they call it a slider, where that's what they slide in it.
Yeah, but usually not a Maserati.
Nah, but in Atlanta they do because most rappers got cars that's gonna get out on you. So you got to be able to chase them. You got to have a Hellcat or a car that's gonna go 120, 150.
Okay.
So that's the,
Yeah.
I do know the politics of my city, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, have they, have police caught these guys? They have leads, anything of that sort?
Not that I know of. I know they tried to investigate a few people. They brought some people in, but it's still early.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's only been like 2 weeks, so it's still early.
If they asked you to testify, get on the stand, would you do it?
I don't think I would.
No. Why is that?
Because I ain't seen them. To be honest, I couldn't really tell you if it was them or not. You know what I mean?
Got it.
That's the deep part of it. Like, I wouldn't be truthful to be like, oh, that was him, because I really didn't see him. You know what I'm saying?
Masks, yeah.
Yeah.
And tinted windows.
Exactly.
Okay. If ultimately the guys who did this got caught, and they were given life in prison or even the death penalty because this is clearly attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
Would that make you feel any better or no?
I don't know if I thought that far into it. Like, my biggest thing about it is like, I'm a community activist, so I really don't like seeing my peoples in jail. I got enough dudes in jail that I'm trying to get out of jail now. So I don't really know them like that. I wasn't hit. So I'm not terribly upset, but I just want to know, like, because I know if I ain't done nothing to grant that. So if it's like a mistaken identity or if I could just fix it with a little cash, whatever, that's cool. But my biggest thing is like, it took me back. And that's what I didn't like. It's like, so many street niggas and gangsters calling my phone, like, bro, all you gotta do is woo woo. All you gotta do is drop a bag off, woo woo. We gonna. It's like, that's what I ain't trying to get back.
Now you're tied into another potential murder. Like, what's the point of that? Yeah.
And then I got other dudes, now they back around me. Like, I kind of made it out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what really made me upset. Is just like, y'all trying to bring me back into something I felt like I graduated from. You know what I'm saying? So that was my biggest, like, that's what made me mostly upset.